Hi, I'm coming to you with nothing on my face because I thought today we would spend a little bit of time getting to know each other or getting to know me, um, and doing a little get ready with me. I like to do these periodically. I'm planning on doing them monthly now, and I had planned on doing an Ask Me Anything, but I never posted anywhere that I wanted your questions. So, for next month, give me your questions down in the comments, and let's get into today's video and do my makeup. All right. Oh, sorry, itchy ear. Okay, so I've got my hair back to keep it out of my face. Now, I thought I would do a look to match my nails. I got a nice gradient of blue going on, but I also wanted to use my eyeshadow palettes that are my focus for this month in my Enjoy Your Eyeshadows project. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out after this video. Um, but I don't have any blue, true blue, in any of my palettes. I mean, my nails are true blue. Aren't they pretty? Got that thumb, all those other colors. These are all my cream blues in my collection. So what we're going to end up doing then is we're going to go with a teal because that's the closest I have. I pulled out two palettes to work with. I have this one here. This is the Crystal Moonlight Crystal by Aether Beauty, and I'm thinking these shades here, that one. From my angle, that is a completely different color. Oh, is that duochrome? Hold on. All this time I did not know this color was duochrome. Oh, it is. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get the right angles. I don't know if you can. Can you see? It's duochrome. It's like got a teal and then it shifts to kind of purple. Oh my gosh. I did not know that. Okay. Well, anyway, that one and the teal up here. Possibly some of the silver shade here. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Can you? I think you can see it on my finger a little bit better. That purple. I did not. I did not know that. You think you know things about your makeup palettes and you don't. By the way, today's makeup eraser is a sock from when my daughter was a teeny child. I've been going through things in storage, and this came home with me because it was wrapped around an aromatherapy bottle. And I don't know where the other one is, and it doesn't fit her anymore. So anyway, moving on. The other palette I brought out is my Marvicorn because I have the shade Moana in here, which I thought would go nicely with those other shades. I'm so excited. This is like a peacock color. I mean, just the purple and the blue. I'm absolutely stunned. I did not know that this. Anyway, let's get in. I always do my face first just because that's the preference I have. I have in the past tried doing my eyes first, and it doesn't work for me. So let's start with my face. Also in the comments, remind me to wash my brushes because I'm running out of clean brushes. My brushes are like right there, and there's maybe three eye brushes left that are clean, and they're ones I don't use very often. So I will grab my color switch, and we'll clean them a little bit that way as we work. But let's start with primer. So working on my Yensa Glow Up Primer. So like I said in the beginning, leave me questions in the comment section down below of anything you'd like to know. You know, a good old Ask Me Anything, and I will try and get started today talking about some things I think you may have questions about or want to know. And yeah, we'll get started. So first of all, my name is Mandy. Hi, welcome to my channel. I like to talk about nail polish and makeup panning. and self-care. I love bargain hunting, and I am frugal. By both by necessity and by choice. All right. I'm also 50 years old. I am a Capricorn. My birthday is in January. So, okay. Primer is on. Next, we're going to do, let's do my cream cheek color. I've tried doing this afterwards and I don't think it works as much. Well, just going to paint a little bit of that on and blend it out. Let's see, what else is there? I live in Seattle. It's a big place, so I'm not going to tell you where in Seattle, but I live in Seattle. I'm not above saying that I live in Seattle. And I've lived in Washington State most of my life, since I was about 13 years old. And I haven't left the state very often. I left the state and went to Canada for, like, day trips in high school. And then also in high school, I took choir trips to Oregon. And then after that, I hadn't left the state until 2019 when I went to Burning Man in Nevada, which was a big thing for me because I'm like, oh my God, I'm leaving the state for the first time in forever. All right, got that off. And then we're going to do eye primer. I'm working on what teeny bit is left of my Pro LA Color Pro Eye Primer stick. One of these days I'm going to have to give up because it's very hard to get to. I tried smushing it all on the side and now it's all on the bottom, and I could use a brush, I guess, but I just prefer my finger. And then I've said before in the past, and I'll say again, I use it under my eye as an color corrector. It's got a little bit of shadow there, and now I don't. So, yeah. What else? I consider myself overeducated. I have an associate's degree that I got in community college, and then I have a bachelor's degree in theater that, I did the traditional after high school. I went to community college, got my associate's, and then I went on and got a bachelor's in theater. And then I went and lived life for a while, and then back in my 30s, I went back to school and went to the Art Institute of Seattle and got a bachelor's degree in interior design. So I have 2 bachelor's degrees, and I don't use either of them because I am currently a content creator here. But my main income is pet sitting, which doesn't really require much skills except being a good person and good with animals. So let me get my brush and get a little translucent pet powder to set my eyes. I'm going to do that before my eye primer creases because that one's already creasing a little bit. When I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Well, that's not true. I did. I wanted to be an actress. But I was kind of a late bloomer-ish. I didn't want to leave home. So I moved with my parents and went to community college, and then was persuaded to go and get an actual degree, thinking that would help. And then instead of moving to California, which I wish I had, I moved to Seattle because an actor I admired at the time said, oh, Seattle is the next Hollywood. So I came to Seattle and tried my hand at acting, and ended up, having to get a full-time job anyway, because you do. But juggling that and acting, it was just too much, and yeah, I ended up just getting domesticated. Anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm using my Yensa Super Serum Foundation and just putting a little bit on the back of my hand. It is a runny formula, so I store it upside down so it takes a minute to come out. And I'm mixing it with my Pearly BB Cream Concealer because it's a bit dark for me. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of that, lighten it up, and just mix them with my finger. And get a nice shade. And then, yeah. So after coming over after college, I had got a job, and then I met a man, and we moved in together. Then we decided to buy a house together, and we had plans to get married. This is how I became domesticated. And then we made the choice to get pregnant, and I had my loving, wonderful daughter at the age of 29. Well, she wasn't 29, I was. But I'm sure you guessed that. Yep. And then I decided to go back to school when she was a toddler because I was having depression and life was not making me happy. So I was looking for a way to make it work. But we didn't live in Seattle, we lived nearby. And so I had to commute to Seattle for school. And after a while, that became taxing. Because I had to get up at like 4 in the morning to leave to get to classes by 7 a.m. So I looked into student housing in downtown Seattle, and I got a student housing apartment in Seattle. And my daughter stayed with her father, and I became a part-time parent. And I mean, we talked about it. This wasn't a rash decision that I just made. It was a hard decision. But in the long run, it ended up being for the best. I was able to focus on my schoolwork, and not have the distractions of home and stuff. And some people say it was a cop-out. I've always tried to prioritize myself first before everybody else. And while I was at school and on my own, I realized that my relationship with my partner was not quite the relationship I thought it was, not quite the relationship I wanted it to be. So we ended up splitting. And when I graduated from school, I lived with him part-time until I could find a place to live. Unfortunately, one, I couldn't find a job because this was about 2007 when the economy crashed. And finding a place to live was also difficult when you didn't have any income. And after a while, he kicked me out. So I went to live with my parents, my dad and my stepmom. And because of the economy, it took a while. Also, I was looking for jobs in Seattle, but not living in Seattle. So it was kind of a difficult time. And, you know, the economy crashed and nobody was hiring. And I had a few, you know, even people I knew who I graduated with who got hired after graduation ended up losing their jobs because the economy had crashed. And yeah, there was no desire for interior designers. So I ended up spending a few years with my parents. I worked with them. They ran their own motorcycle training program. and I worked with them. And then my stepmom's father came to live with us because he was dying of cancer, and I became one of his caregivers. So that kind of ate up a bunch of time and made it nearly impossible to find a job. And then eventually I did find a job and was commuting back and forth, and then found a place to live here in Seattle, and that is where I live now. I've been here for over 10 years. It is a room in a house. I have shared kitchen and bathroom facilities, and I can afford the rent. So that's how I got where I am today. In a nutshell, the long and short of it. Okay, we got the base layer down. So let me put some of these things away and start grabbing our color base products. Let's go with my project pan items. So we've got my Pacifica blush, my Complex Culture bronzer, and Real Her highlighter. So yeah, I've had many jobs since then, since moving here. Yeah, so that was a little bit more in depth than I had planned on going into. But yeah, if that raised any questions, if you want to know any more, I may elaborate, but you can ask and I will take it under consideration. But yeah, since I split with my partner, I have only been a part-time parent, which I kind of regret, because I missed a lot of time, spending a lot of time with my daughter growing up. So I try and spend time with her now, but you know, she's an adult now. She's just turned 21 this year. And she has a life of her own, so but yeah, I do sometimes say my daughter is my best friend, and pretty much she is. I don't currently have any friends. I work by myself with dogs, so don't really have much of a social scene. I did get into the burner community here in Seattle for a while, but some things happened and soured me on that, so I've kind of disconnected from it, and I had a few people I connected with there, but I never really felt completely connected, so it's not a big deal. But I am trying to find ways to get out and socialize. I was part of an art meetup, which ended up being a lot of techie guys, which would talk about techie stuff, and then I don't know. They always met in a really loud place. So, I don't know. I'm trying to find something. I do have my group of friends that I play D&D with, so it's a start. We're going to be having a Friendsgiving next month, and I'm looking forward to actually meeting all the ladies and a couple gentlemen in person. And just putting on my blush, Pacifica Wild Rose. But I'm pretty happy, you know, being by myself. I've learned to live with it, and I'm content with it. It helps when right now I'm on a spiritual journey, sort of, so to speak, connecting to my spiritual side and all that entails. So having my own schedule and free time is kind of nice. My lifestyle is probably not for everybody. I do live a low income lifestyle. I guess what I'm trying to say. So it's not for everybody, but I have become accustomed to it. I'm happy with it. I mean, I would not, say no to more money, but right now I'm living comfortably. I am a little bit behind on some bills because it's been a little bit of a slow year. And then I had COVID last month. So that kind of set me behind on a few things, but I'm working on getting back on track. This month has been better. So I'm not, I can't complain. Overall, I'm good. That's why, I'm frugal out of necessity, but also out of choice. Because I don't need to buy a whole bunch of things. I like to be environmentally friendly and slightly minimalist, but also maximalist at the same time, if you can't tell from, the amount of stuff around me. I like to have stuff, but I like it to be meaningful. I think my biggest weaknesses are jewelry, which this is all my necklace collection here, but when I was going through stuff in storage, I had tons more jewelry that I'd forgotten about. I have, you can't see it back here. I have down here, this is my bracelet collection currently, and then I have some earrings, some of which are on this picture frame that has a wire mesh. That is my ring holder, this guy right here. And then I have a bunch more earrings that are in my jewelry box that are down on the floor. That's like, where did they go? They're on the floor. But I seldom remember to put earrings in. And as far as jewelry, I wear my one necklace all the time, 24/7, except for when I shower. And I wear my 2 rings and my Fitbit watch. So I have a large jewelry collection that I don't utilize. I like it. I hope to make it part of my personality, myself, my habits of changing my jewelry on a regular basis, but well, we'll get there. All right, we're focusing on the eyes. Now the face is done. So I start with my eyebrows because I feel it frames my eyes. And I have small eyes compared to the rest of my face. They're tiny. I mean, not teeny tiny, but they're small. And there's not a lot of real estate from here to here or from here to here. So there are sometimes I'd like to do like a big look where like one color here and one color up here, but even like I'd have to put it directly up to my eyebrow. And that looks a bit weird sometimes. So I usually do one color here to one color here. But if you have any tips or tricks for small eyes, let me know. Also, I don't pluck my eyebrows. I have a few times and I'm like, it's too much of a hassle. I might go and get them like waxed or plucked professionally, like just to clean up the underside to give me a little more real estate, but that sounds like work and money. So we'll just, make do with what we have. And that's what I like to do a lot of times, is try and make do with what I have. Like, you may see my videos and see me wearing the same shirt over and over and over again because I have, I have a lot of t-shirts. I like to live in t-shirts and leggings. But you never see my leggings. And when I'm at home, I'm often in my pajamas, which is what I'm wearing today. And probably 80% of my wardrobe is black or dark gray or gray of some sort. And then there's purple. That's pretty much it. I have a couple pieces of teal here and there. I like jewel tones. Lovely. So yeah, I clean that up, but like there's hair all along here. I'll try and zoom this in so you can see things a little bit better. I can zoom in a little bit with the camera, but not a lot. Please stand by. It's already zoomed in. It's already zoomed in. That's right. Okay. Well, I can't zoom in anymore. But I will try in editing, zoom in some more for you, so you can see what I'm doing on my eyes a little bit better. Because I keep forgetting I can do that with my editing software. I can zoom in on the footage. So you don't have to watch Miss Summer from so far away. So yeah, I said it when I was in high school. I was in choir from like middle school, 7th grade, through high school. I was in choir because I loved singing and music. There was a while I was taking music classes, music appreciation, and I think it was just called music appreciation, but it also was like learning to play an instrument and music composition. And I was really good technically, and my teacher was like encouraging me to pursue music, so I thought about doing a music degree, but I decided not to pursue that because even though technically, like in the technical aspect of music, I was fine. But actually, the people who can like sit and play and hear it in their ear, in their head, I could not do that. I could not hear the notes. I had to play them to hear them. I couldn't just, go, oh, this is a C, middle C, No. I didn't know what notes combined together would sound like until I actually played them. So, yeah, I decided to pursue theater, which is fine. All right, now let's move on to the colored stuff. I feel like I want something lighter to start my base. I always do this. I always want a lighter transition to start with, so let's grab a big fluffy brush. This is from BH Cosmetics, and it is just one of their ones from their amethyst, no, not amethyst, birthstone collection. I have a bunch of them. This one's like sapphire, number 7. I looked them all up one time to see what they were, and I can't remember. All right, so I'm going to start with Flotter from the Marvy Corn, which is just a basic brown. We're just going to tap that from the crease up to the brow bone. Just kind of lay something down. So that when I go in with a color, it's not going to move up there and be overwhelming and patchy. Okay, good. Okay, now I'm going to go in with, let's pick this one. This is from Eco Tools. Clean it on my sock. Use the color switch. That's what I grabbed it for. Okay. This is their blurring shadow brush. It is a big fluffy shadow brush. I like that to like using a fluffy shadow brush to apply my base layer eyeshadow, but it's not like versus like a round fluffy. This is more of a tapered fluffy. All right, so we're going to go into this shade here, which is actually called, I have names, called Ritual. No. Yes. Yes, it's called Ritual, this one here. Just tapped it on very lightly, because I know these colors can be quite intense. And I just want to build it up lightly to start with. I'm just going to brush that over, tapping it on and then blending it out. Try not to get it on my lower lash line. Do the other eye, tap it on, and blend it out. always easier to go in with a light layer to start and then build it up rather than getting too much, going too dark, and then having to, try and take it off and blend it out. All right, blend a little bit up the crease, get a little bit more. So hopefully I've given you some topics, some information, some background on me, so that you might spark some questions on things you'd like to ask me. And you can get to know me a little bit more by watching my monthly What I'm Into's. I think that's what I'm calling them, or my Hot Topics, either one. Same video, same idea, just different names. I haven't decided. If you have a preference, let me know also. Do you prefer Hot Topics or What I'm Into? Basically, it's just where I come in monthly and talk about what I've been reading, what I've been watching, what I've been eating, drinking, playing, doing. Okay, darken that up a little bit there. And I like to, like I said, tap it on and then blend it, sweep it across. My eyelids be a little bit wrinkly now and then, and this way it helps me get a nice even coverage. All right, now that we have the base color down, do I need to clean it up? For some reason, this eye always seems to extend a little bit more. My eyes aren't even. What can you say? I don't think anybody has even eyes. Okay, so blend it into the crease a little bit, nice and soft. Gonna grab my glitter glue. This is the Base Boost by BH Cosmetics. One of these days, it's gonna run out, and then I'm gonna be sad, and then I'll have to go buy something else. Oh, that scared me. I was squeezing it out on my finger, and if you can see a little gap there, an air bubble came out. And I was like, don't tell me that's the last of it. I can't tell how much is in there, but I'm guessing it's getting pretty low. So I'm going to tap this in all across the lid. All right, and then we're going to get a flat brush. This is, I don't know what this is. This is also Eco Tools. Wipe this one off. This is called their Classic Concealer. Oh, well, it is a little bit bigger, but let's not use that one. Let's use this one. This is a BH Cosmetics. It is a flat shadow brush. I will show you. So just like that. And then we're going to go in with that pretty multichrome color. Multichrome, yeah. Put that on the outer corner, or outer half. Oh, it is so pretty. It's a little more blue than teal, but oh, that is so pretty. I should have known that. This was a duochrome before. Have I not? I have used this before since bringing it in. Huh, I guess maybe I didn't pay attention last time I used it. Or I just used it in such a small concentration that I couldn't see the duochromeness. Oh, okay. So have that on the outer half, and then switch to Marvicorn, bring in Moana, and I'm just going to flip and use the other side of my brush, and then tap Moana in the inner half. Blend that a little bit. Alright. And then I'm going to go back with my fluffy eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend along the edge. The eye's not too bad. It's this eye. Gets up in the crease and it adds a sharp line. There we go. Blend that out a little bit. Alright. Upper lid's looking beautiful. Let's go. Let's do the lower lash line now. And I have a brush I have used specifically for that. Give it a little clean on the switch. This is from Eco Tools. I use this brush like 90, 80% of the time, 95% of the time when I do my lower lash line. It is this little guy here. It is called the, it's fading, the Micro Smudge Brush. Okay, I think we're going to go in with that really pretty duochrome along the bottom lashes. This eye, I always seem to get more underneath. Okay. I'm just going to start in the outer corner and drag it over. And I start with using it the wide way. And turns and drag it up. And then blink to get the powder out of my eye. Try not to get it in my eye. Oof. Okay, same thing over here. I'm going to start with it wide. Beautiful. I feel like a peacock. Okay, I'm gonna wipe that off. I don't know why I put that palette away because we're gonna go in for the inner corner. Actually, no. We're gonna switch to an inner corner brush. I have two inner corner brushes. This one's from BH Cosmetics. It's, I don't know, peach colored. I don't know if the number is still on it. A lot of these, the writing has worn off. And I know it's from BH Cosmetics. I think it's the Zodiac collection. It's either Zodiac or Birthstones. All the handles are different Birthstones. Anyway, I'm going to go into this shade here. By the way, the multi-chrome shade is called Sapphire. And the gray here is called Moondust. We're going to tap in the inner corner. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Sorry, I'm looking up so I can get my lower lash line and not poke myself in the eye, hopefully. Okay, do I need more? I feel like this side got a little carried away. Nope. And then we will take that micro smudge, make sure it's clean, and then just gonna connect them together a little bit. There you go. All right. Good, good, good. Anything else? No, I think that's all for that. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna grab my setting spray. This is by Morphe, the Luminous Setting Spray. Maybe shake it up just in case there's something in here. I don't think there is, but all right. It has got the finest mist. Ugh, I got some in my mouth. Doesn't taste bad. Oof, I am wet. Let that dry while I gather all my brushes and put them in my cup. Remind me to wash them. Leave me a comment saying remember to wash your brushes, because I always do this. I get done filming and I'm like, I need to wash my brushes. That's where they live, on top of that candle holder. All right. And they don't have an eyeliner. Could do purple. Should we do purple? Or this one? Black. Let's go with black. And then we got a white and our lip liner. Ooh. I know, you're probably all screaming at me, use the purple, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we're gonna go with black. This is Divine Calo Kajal and Pencil Tennis. I have never figured out which is the color and which is the brand. Anyway, it is a retractable gel eyeliner. It does not have a sharpener, so it's kind of fat, but we make it work. And I'm trying to use this one. I don't think I have I don't think it's in a project. I should probably put it in one. But I'm trying to use this one up because I had another one similar to this from Lottie London that ended up drying up and it was too hard to use, even after trying to revive it, which I don't have much to revive it with, but I tried eye drops, tried heating it up. It had just dried up and it wasn't usable for me. Like even, I think so. I only do on my top lid because my eyes are too sensitive. I've tried doing the upper waterline, tight line, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, no, can't do it. I mean, I can occasionally, but not very successfully. And this one is so creamy, it would just transfer to my bottom waterline. So it's not really worth it. There we go. Most of the time I can get this pretty even, especially with this pencil. It's, like I said, it's very creamy. Make that even. Throw in my pencil. I almost dropped it. Alright, my white pencil. I'm just gonna twist my fingers on it, clean off the eyeshadow from last time I wore it. Because no matter how hard I try, I always seem to get eyeshadow on my lower lash line. Beautiful. Sometimes I add a little bit right in the corner, right here. I think I need it, but I don't think I need it today. Okay. Awesome. Okay, great. And I'm going to do 2 coats. This is the NARS Climax. It's just a deluxe sample size. I'm actually really liking this mascara. I feel like it definitely, if I go on light, it gets a nice lengthening and separating. While that first coat is drying, I'm going to come in, that's my eyeliner, with my lip liner. And this is the NYX lip liner in Espresso. And we're going to line my lips. I do not overline. I actually underline. That makes sense? I innerline. I follow the line of my natural lip color. And I fill in. I always start off emphasizing my Cupid's bow. And then I sort of, mash it all together. And it kind of fills in a little bit of the gap in the top. It's not even coverage, but it's a base. So while that sets, I'm going to apply my second coat of mascara. I always wipe the tip of the mascara wand off, especially this one. It's quite a fat wand. I don't mind the shape. All right, I think last thing is lip color. I think since I have a peacock feel going on the eyes, I'm going to go with Peacock Pearl from Bite Beauty. This is the Prismatic Multi-Stick. That's what she looks like. I think it's going to be a nice match. It's a nice creamy formula, very like gloss-like feeling. And it has this nice purple sheen. Get a little bit extra. I think it's a very Halloween-y look. Not gonna worry about it too much because I'm constantly throughout the day like a lip. Put it. Made a what is that called? Pursing your lips? I do that a lot anyway. And my lipstick travels outside the line, so that's what it is. Okay. So that is the final look. Let me take my hair down. It's nothing fancy looking. I just washed it yesterday. I need to re-dye it, but here we go. All right, and that is it. Remember, again, to leave any comments, questions down below for me. Remind me to wash my brushes. And leave me questions for my next Get Ready With Me. What else? If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do that while you're here. It means a lot to me. And, if you would like to see me do one with a Halloween look, let me know in the comments and give me any suggestions on what you'd like to see. Also suggestions on any Get Ready With Me. I plan on doing these monthly and I like to see your suggestions. So You know, if you want me to try next month to match my nails to my eyes to my nails, I will do that. I have eyelashes that just are going the wrong way. Oh, now I think it's in my eye. Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Be true to you. Bye.